welcome to the Shadows of Dreams. I am Journey Ryan, and I am here with my guest. Well, not my guest, but my co-star.
It's me.
Hey, the intuitive empath.
Hi.
All right, guys. I want all of you guys to gather around, tell us about those most amazing dreams, or even some of your nightmares, or some of the things that you guys may have. We're going to be here talking about dreams for quite some time. And you know what you should do is grab yourself a cup of tea, chamomile tea. You don't want to drink green tea at this time of night. It'll keep you up all night.
Yeah, chamomile.
It's been a tea day. It's been full.
You know, it's always tea time in my Alice voice.
Exactly. It's always tea time in the Alice realm. All right, guys, if you guys have some amazing dreams you'd like to share with us, go ahead and put those in our chats. We'll be getting to all the questions as we go down. We'll be reading the dreams and giving you a better breakdown of what each one of these dreams means for you. So let's go ahead and get those dreams going in there. So last week we were having some really, really good discussions, and we were talking about astral projection, and there's a lot going on in the realm of dreams, and actually even led into understanding the ability of telekinesis and things of that nature. So there was a lot going on there.
Yeah,
and we're in our favorite jammies, by the way, guys. We're in our nice, comfy little night coats, our robes, if you will.
Snuggy rubs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. We're having such a good laugh getting ready to build up for this show, so you guys could bring forth your dreams and give us a chance to really dive deep, you know, giving us an opportunity to look at your dreams and let you see how these things are manifesting in your mind gives us a better opportunity to see how things work for you to help us. You know, it really dives deep into the soul.
Yeah, for sure. And make sure you guys definitely give us a lot of details too. Whatever you can remember, nothing is too small of a detail. That way we can really dive into those dreams. We like to give a lot of detail. We like to have like a little mini competition who can give more.
Yes, that's always a mini competition. All right, guys, anybody coming in here? Guys, we will not be doing psychic readings tonight. We are doing dream interpretation. So go ahead and bring forth your dreams. We do have one in the chamber, and we'll be getting to those a little bit here. We'll be getting to that in just a couple minutes. We're allowing people to come in, have a good time, get ready to type up those beautiful dreams, because I know you guys have a lot of dreams. We've seen some really great ones here, and this is our second season of the Dream Interpretation Show, so very excited that the show came back. We got the opportunity to move it forward. So without further ado, we're going to start with Kay. She's going to jump into our first dream, and then I will follow up, and then I will start off the second one. Here we go.
All righty. So we have Miss Gemma. Hello, Gemma. Gemma says, I'm waiting for a full hysterectomy, but I keep dreaming that I've already had the surgery done and things are going good, or that I'm trapped or locked in a hospital with a green gown on, panicking. Okay, so this sounds so very much so like an anxiety-ridden dream, right? And we've talked a lot about how our subconscious can play very much so into that dream state. So the fact that you're kind of dreaming of this either or scenario, oh, it goes great. Oh, I get trapped, I get stuck. This doesn't go this way. Especially when we get trapped, when we feel stuck in a certain scenario, a lot of that time is that anxiety, that fear that may be driving us. So you may have some concerns, which I think that's pretty healthy, right? Especially when you're going in and you have some big things coming up for you. That's normal. Try to find ways to, kind of maybe talk yourself into more of the positive parts on it. Focus more on the what you're getting out of it in the long term. And that may help you from having those negative parts of that dream kind of pop up. But this definitely sounds like an anxiety dream, so don't let it get to you too much. All right, I'll pass it over to Journey.
All right. So yeah, I have to agree with Kay in this scenario. So what you're doing is you know that you're awaiting a special procedure to happen, and the one part of your brain is going, I want it to be good. I'm going to heal from this. I've read that, many people here heal from this. You need to look at this specific surgery that you're having. A lot of people go through this, and it's a very, maintained deal here. So something that a lot of people go through that, it's not a surgery that's a rare deal. So, but there's always going to be that what if moment, and what if will take you down that road, and that's where all this anxiety comes from. So the anxiety is not. I don't even feel like we're actually going into a dream state, because this is you processing before you get to the dream state. So what you're getting is right before. It's almost kind of like a daydream type situation. You know how we daydream and we can kind of see things in our minds? That's exactly what's happening here. You're not quite fully in that REM sleep where you're getting that dream to really make sense for you, or to, because this is not the dream. It's that it's worry, it's anxiety, it's keeping you right before you get there. So when you're having this particular imagery in your mind, it's not actually this a dream. It's the anxiety that you are capable of seeing, because you are trying to sleep, but you're not in the realm of sleep that you need. So definitely a lot of anxiety there that is providing you the answer to what's happening here. All right. So what I would suggest is what we were just talking about, is grab your cup of chamomile tea, sit in and join us and drink that chamomile tea and allow yourself to calm down. Try to meditate before you go to sleep to help ease the mind, so you don't find yourself continuously, freaking yourself out. That way, if you can calm your mind before you go to sleep, you should be able to actually get the rest that you need, especially when you need to be going through a procedure is like this one. Sorry, I got hiccups.
I think that's so important. The one thing that you said there about just kind of resting her mind before she goes to bed, I think that's kind of a rule of thumb we all should follow. I always say never go to sleep angry, right? But never go to sleep with stresses and anxieties, frustrations, or anything on your mind. Try to go with something calmer or lighter. That way you are getting more out of your sleep without all of the stressors kind of popping in too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, if any of you else have a dream that you would like to share with us, please don't hesitate to do so. Also, make sure you guys are sharing us out far and wide as you can, so we can get to as many places as we can, so we can take in as many dreams as possible. We only have an hour here with you, so I see some of you guys watching here. So go ahead and give us a dream. Don't be afraid to, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, I don't remember my dreams.
Mhm.
Well, the reason you don't remember those dreams is because you understood the message. It's the dreams that we don't quite grasp or don't quite understand what the mind is trying to tell us about our day, the situation, what we've gone through, what we need to go through, or how we need to handle a situation. Our brains process so much information while we're sleeping, and that's why we dream in symbolism, because it can't be a full out doing things the way you would in your waking state. Your brain is just not capable of doing it. It needs its rest too. So that's why symbolism works well. But those dreams that we do remember, it's because we didn't understand them. What does this mean? Well, what does that mean? There's colors. Are you standing? Are you sitting? Are you the only person in the room? Are there people in there? There's a lot of different things that we could talk about that, mean quite a bit. Melanie, she says, my dreams are so dimensional, it would take a lifetime to explain. I understand where you're going with that, but definitely you could dive a little into it and give us an idea as to what you're talking about when it goes, how it goes, in what direction, and try to remember one dream but not combine dreams, because I've noticed that people like to combine dreams because of that type of dimensional dreaming. The thing is that they kind of combined all their dreams together. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you keep them separate, because each one of those dreams has a separate message for you. She goes, I dream nightly and get messages. I love dreaming. Well, dreaming is definitely it's a way that we process. It's a way that we but like you gotta kind of want to wish that the ones that you couldn't interpret, and the ones that, so those are the ones that you remember, but then the dreams that you do get and understand, I could only imagine what those ones are like, you know?
Yeah, she's
We
getting like
talk
a lot
about
of.
the ones, right. We talk about the ones where we remember them, but we don't talk about the ones we don't remember due to the fact that, you know, and then she says, lots of nice houses by the water. Well, water can be many things. It can be emotion, but what kind of water? Was it calm water? Was it rough water? Was there a storm in the background? Was the sun shining? Was the house in full color? Was it partially in color, like you can see like just hazes of blue, or was it black and white? Can you remember that far? What kind of dreams? Like the water definitely plays a part that stands out strongly, but there's houses, so those are bodies of some kind. So we would have to dive a little bit deeper. And she said nice houses, so these seem like good. These are
Yeah, I almost
nice.
feel like a safe haven.
Yeah, they're definitely safe places. Now that they're that they're described as nice, that's a great positive influence. Not to hear like they were creepy and there was people looking out the window. We get those. Melly says using nice water and good weather. I'm assuming that's usually nice weather and nice water. All right, so it sounds like there's no turmoil in the emotions. If the water is calm, that means that you got a pretty good balance over the water. And for the weather to be good, that means there's no unexpected. So it sounds to me like your dreams are like a meditated state for you. It sounds like this is a place where you escape reality to feel safe, to feel calm, to feel like this is a place where you balance yourself. That's what I'm seeing. Hi, Dee. How are you? She said, how are you doing today? We are good. Hello. If you got a dream for us, go ahead and dive in and give us a dream. We would love to dive deep and get some deeper dive and give you an explanation as to why the dreams that you're having are there. Melanie says, yes, I believe that. Yeah, I see the believe down there. It says, I live that. Yeah, I would like that too.
Like you are living it.
You are living it. You're
living the dream. Living the dream.
Exactly. All right, guys. Let's keep it going. And Maylin, this is a dream interpretation show, sweetheart, not a reading show. You'll have to check out tomorrow at 10 p.m. with Cassidy the Card Slinger if you're looking for a psychic reading. That is our next reading show.
Or you can go to mypsychicconnection.com and get a reading.
I love how we fill in for it. Dee said, I had a dream about having a baby. All right, well, dive deep into it. Give us a nice chunk of the dream so that we understand it. Okay, Maylin, go ahead and tell us about the dream. You gave us a sentence. One sentence it's not going to, and it didn't make sense. The sentence was, some words were misspelled and I couldn't understand what you were trying to say. Melanie says, strange when I have people say they do not remember their dreams ever. Well, that's because a lot of people who don't have those dreams that they remember, it's because they understood the process that their mind was trying to tell them. And because of that, there's no need to remember it because the mental note in which you were trying to get allowed them to process it. So it wouldn't be something that they remember as a dream, but more of a thought process later on.
Sometimes people shut out their dreams too. They don't want to remember or get that, lesson out of it. Some dreams are harder to want to remember.
Okay. So when you guys are describing your dreams, I'm getting sentences. I need you guys to kind of fill us in about the dream. We're getting bits and pieces. That's not how we do a dream interpretation. We need you guys to be giving us more than just a one sentence answer for a dream. A dream has got lots of things going on, not just I was here and what does that mean? What was going on? What was going in the room? Was there something standing out? Was there a fog in the air? Was it outside, inside? Were you in a dark room, a light room? what was going on. We need a little bit more, guys, for you guys to get a true dream interpretation. So if you guys could. And Dee said, I went to the doctor and she told me I was pregnant. There's that could go in many directions without having the rest of the dream to understand what direction that's going in. Like, because being saying that in my dream, no, I get that. I get that it was in a dream, but what was going on in the dream, guys? We need you guys to go a little bit deeper than just you went to a doctor and they told you were pregnant. How were you in the dream? Did you feel panicked? What did you feel? What did you see? What else happened in the dream? Because
was there anyone else with you
right.
in the room? Did you ever see the baby? Did you have the baby, or
did you see the doctor? Could you see the doctor's face? Was it a male? Was it a female? Did they seem familiar to you? It was so weird. My best friend was my doctor in this dream. Whatever the case may be, give us the details, guys. The more details you get, the more we're going to be able to interpret these. But like a small sentence or a small fragment is not going to give us enough to really go off of in order to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm trying to get you guys to give us a little bit more of some details here.
Yeah.
And then Maylin said, I dreamt me and my workmate liked each other. We would need more on that, honey.
Yeah, that sounds kind of like a potential desire. There may be some sense of attraction that could be seeping in.
That's what I felt too, is that it was more of a desire.
Yeah.
That's like a desired dream where you have feelings for somebody and you're hoping for that person to feel the same exact way as you do.
And that doesn't necessarily mean you like someone at work.
Right.
That's just a representation.
Yeah, exactly. My brain is fried all of a sudden. Feeling now some dreams may be our parallel universe. That is something I heard that opens the door, but I'm not saying that it can't be, but dreams have a lot more to them than we've been told a lot of things about dreams. Dreams have been told in a way that, let's say, those who don't understand to understand those part of dreams. But yeah, usually when we go into parallel universes, things like that, that's actually not dreaming. That's astral projecting. We can astral project pretty much anywhere. So we come to understand that dreaming and astral projecting are two different things. Dee said in her dream she felt scared. I feel scared and was crying. She says and I'm going to say, and my daughter says she was having a baby again soon. My doctor feels my stomach. And I take a sonogram.
Okay. I would say that since it seems very focused on the baby aspect, more than likely you have something or had something new or has something new that's coming into your life. You also pulled in the fact that your daughter was there. So there may be something that may directly affect her that comes up into your life as well. A sonogram is a little bit interesting to me because I'm kind of curious to know if you actually got to see the sonogram, the actual picture of the baby or not. Because I think that'll be kind of, something as well. What was it fully formed? Was it something that was just birthing? Because that can also tell you how far along in your process you are, or how much further you have to go. since from what I see, it seems like you were just finding out. That may be meaning you're at the beginning stages of something. So kind of get ready to have something more come on your plate that may take more of your time up. But I definitely feel like it may be something that affects your family, especially your daughter as well. Dee says, yes, in my dream, 2 months pregnant. So that may even the two, that may be how close you are to it as well. So I would definitely say if you continuously have that dream, like if you have that again, I would definitely look at what you have going on currently. But it to me, this seems like there's something new that's coming into your life. Maybe even a project you're supposed to be kind of putting some energy into. So anyhow, Dee, I hope that helps.
Yeah, giving some life to your project. I'm gonna say that the situation, because it's given birth to a new idea, but it didn't, I'm not picking up that this is a baby that you're actually having, but more along the line of, something new is coming. There'll be instances of it. So you're going to be able to see it before it happens. Like the sonogram was pointing out to me that, you are going to go in that direction. So we're probably looking about, you said 2 months pregnant in the dream. So you're probably looking about the two was playing. It could be 2 weeks or 2 months from now that you're going to find yourself with this new opportunity coming into your life. It's something it's something new. It's something you haven't done yet. You're unfamiliar with it. And so yeah, definitely not a baby coming into the world. I know that a lot of people think that they have baby dreams. That means that they're going to get pregnant soon or something to that nature, but it does not necessarily mean that's pregnancy, because actually other things that mean pregnancy would come into the dream, and this is not the particular situation. So this opportunity will also be brought to you by somebody who is not within your normal circle. So this is going to be somebody from a distance that it comes into your life and brings forth this opportunity. All right. Thank you so much. She says, you are welcome. All right. Melanie says, I feel some extras and our dreams are part of our soul families or guides with messages. Yes, in some instances, but that's why, as we were saying when we were talking about you guys putting your guys' dreams together and giving us a better understanding, that way we can give you what you're being told. Is it a message from spirit? Is it a message from yourself? What is the situation? It always helps to provide that information so we can actually break it down as a whole rather than getting a little sentence here, a little sentence here, because piecing the dream together like that's not gonna give us the full picture that we're trying to see for you to help interpret it as best as we can for you. All right. We've got Summer.
Summer says, oh my God, I've had several dreams that actually happened the next day or in the near future. Also, my dreams feel so real and vivid. I dream a lot about the people I was very close to and they have passed away. I dream every night and I feel like I don't ever get any rest, honestly, because I'm always so busy in my dreams. Vivid dreaming. I mean, you just even said it right there and there. You have vivid dreams.
Yeah.
One thing here is if you've watched the show before, I've definitely talked about it, but dream empaths, we have the ability to see things before they happen. Some of us have them in definitive dream states. Some of us have them as daydreams. So there's all kinds of like so much that goes with that. We could be here all night. But I think that you're definitely a dream empath. Definitely utilize the messages you're getting because I feel like they're things that are you're meant to not necessarily change how outcomes go, but oftentimes you can impact certain things or you can kind of make things easy or play a certain role, which is why you're getting those visions. Also, the other thing, there was something else in there that I was like, oh, stuck out to me. Oh, you said you were tired. You said you feel like you never even get any actual rest. Um, What I would say is you would benefit more than likely, and again, we talked about this earlier in the show too. You may benefit from the chamomile tea and the calming, relaxing atmosphere before, so that way you're not slipping into such heaviness of dreams, because it is possible. Also, start sleeping with like a clear quartz or a selenite to kind of help absorb, because it can also be very overwhelming dreaming every night. Trust me, I know. All right, I hope that helps, my lovely.
All right. So, along with things that Kay was saying on this situation, that's having several dreams and the things happening, these are definitely premonitions more so than you're going into that dream state. That's why you feel exhausted. You're not getting to that realm of sleep we were just talking about, because you are, feeling a certain type of way and seeing, what's to come or what's about to happen. She says, yes, I feel like I'm in another world or something. And, sometimes when we do that, that can be, and she also said, thank you so much, Kay.
You're welcome.
Those moments where you're feeling like you're in another world, those may not be what you think they are. And your premonitions can take you in another place. It does feel like it's a different realm. And usually it is. It's, you're being able to see what's coming ahead. So these premonitions, I'm going to say, are not dreams because they're draining of your energy. This means your psychic gift is on overdrive, meaning you're missing the messages that you are receiving during the day, meaning you're ignoring them or brushing them off. And because you're not accepting them in your waking life, when it comes to your dream state, you're picking them up and trying to process them. Because if you allowed yourself to see the messages come your way, they won't be in your dreams anymore. They're going to be in your waking life where you can see these things come. So your psychic gift will start to shine through stronger during your waking state. So pay attention to the signs, because it sounds like your guides, your spirit, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors are trying to talk to you, but because your life is too busy, or you're focusing so much on what's going on before you, that you're missing the message. So it's like you're taking it in, but you're not focusing on it. So when you go to sleep, you're jumping into a premonition because it's the only time your mind is quiet enough for you to process the information which you receive during the day. So I would pay more attention. Like that quartz, oh my God, with premonitions, it's definitely going to help settle you and allow you to process that premonition, but also allow you that chance to sleep as well. Chamomile tea, relaxation, and putting a cup of salt water beside your bed. Remember, when you do things like that, like a cup of salt water beside your bed, when you're done with it, pour it down the toilet. Do not put it in your sink. Do not put it in your bathtub. Pour it down the toilet, close the lid, and flush. You want to flush away any type of negativity or any type of anxieties or anything, because with premonitions, they don't always come with happy thoughts. They don't always come with positivity. Sometimes you're seeing a situation that you need to avoid. Doesn't mean that you need to tell somebody else to avoid a situation. It means that you need to avoid that situation because you're the one being seen it, unless there's a specific message that says you helped somebody. Sometimes then you're able to communicate that, but not everybody's open to have someone else's premonitions. Summer says, some dreams actually make me sad when I wake up because the loved ones I dream about are no longer there. I've actually have woke up and had to think about if they are actually dead or not. It's weird. Well, we hold on to people in our lives. Now, not only does, when it comes to this, and I'm going to have to put Kay back on here because now she's going to have something to say about this part. So I'm not going to hog it up. I'm not going to hog it off for you. But Summer, when it comes to that, sometimes when we dream about the person, maybe a loved one that's passed or something to that nature, it doesn't necessarily mean that you were dreaming of them because they came to you with a message. Sometimes we're dreaming of them because the situation within the dream, since this is not based on like a specific dream, I can't go too deep into it, because sometimes the person, you see a person and they were represented, they were hilarious. I always remember them to be funny. So then that's the symbol for funny in your mind of a person who's funny, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they were there to to send you a message, or you were, but the memory of them knowing that they're not with you can make you sad. So that's an emotional like when you wake up out of it, you become emotional. But I'm going to pass it over to Kay because I know she got some more to say.
I just wanted to say one thing. When you mentioned the loved ones, that was the other part that I forgot. Those, a lot of times your spiritual team, your ancestors, whatever, they will follow, like not even just in like waking day, you're going to get also in your sleeping, in your things, they're going to still be around. I see people who have passed, and it is like having real conversations, so like they're right there in front of you. um I say I take that as you're supposed to be having those kind of conversations, or you may even be needing that sense of taking a piece of whatever that person meant to you, or you looked up to them, or was the admirable quality of theirs, and maybe you're supposed to be using that in whatever you have going on in your life right now. So kind of utilizing the tools of what they showed you or brought you in your life and bringing that into your waking day. So I definitely think that you seeing them is with reason. Um, and also, I think it's not meant to challenge you in a way of like, oh man, like it makes me sad, I miss them so much. Like, it's not meant to make you feel that way. I feel like it's more supposed to be a comfort. You can of course feel those emotions of sadness and missing them and things like that, but also find ways to honor them in that time too. So maybe if you dream of them, light a candle for them, talk to them for a bit, whatever. But like I said, I feel like a lot of times there's something that you're supposed to be taking from that person that they may have shown you in your life, and utilizing that in your present day. All right, that's all I got. I hope that helps.
All right. Well, no, that was good information. And, it can be sad to, dream of somebody and then come to realize that, they've passed, and it was so much that you wanted to stay in that dream that, because you wanted to be near that person or think about that person. All right. So we got some more dreams coming through here. So let's go. What's that?
I said more dreams.
Yes, we got more dreams. So let's go ahead and take that next one here. We got Moonchild says, I had a dream where my mom and I were from another planet of blue species. So right off the bat, with you saying blue, that's an automatic, the sense of tranquility, calm, peace. It's not anything to be from another planet, to be a different species, to be alienated in a sense. It feels as though that maybe the area in which you are, what you're feeling around your current situation, is feeling like you are so subtracted, you're so pulled back that you don't feel like you're a part of what everybody else is doing, or you guys are not feeling the same. It's almost like you're not feeling, in the sense, human. You're not feeling like you're a part of any group. But there shows, the blue shows that, there's that peace. And it's more along the lines of allowing yourself to be a little bit more open and give yourself the chance to speak. You think about aliens and first contact, and what has to happen in that situation is they have to contact us because we don't have the capability of contacting them. So in your case, you would have to be the one to communicate with the people in your surroundings so you can be invited in, so you no longer feel alienated. I'm going to pass this over to Kay because I know she's biting at the bit. So here we go.
I just always find it so interesting when people have these kind of dreams where they're in a different planet. It almost, in a way, is almost like you're whatever's kind of going on in this place, it feels like you're needing to elevate to something different, right? Because when you think of a different planet, that's something that's unknown and something that's foreign to us. So maybe this is something that you're supposed to be diving in regards to life and kind of making some changes or things like that, or even making some moves. The fact that you were there with someone too, again, when we see, like, especially very specific people in like a really like strange place that doesn't quite make sense. I say, what is that? What's that bond with that person that you're supposed to be having? That, and I even feel almost like maybe that's supposed to be evolving in some sort of way. So it's kind of cool. Aliens in themselves I always find to be a fascinating thing, because aliens are um, virtually just something that's unknown that we don't fully understand, much like the planet thing, right? I feel like there's just some things that you don't fully know and you're trying to figure out, you're trying to understand, places you're trying to get to. And I think all of that kind of circles back to things that probably are going on in your waking day. So maybe take time to see what it is that you may be wanting, or where you may be wanting to go, and see where that takes you. All right, I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Oh, did he freeze? I think he's frozen. So
It's not meant to be a literal. It's sometimes dreams aren't literal; they are symbolism.
Okay, you froze. We didn't hear you.
I know. I saw that. I got the spinning wheels of death there for a second. Yeah, no. Some people take dreams literally, and they're not always meant to be literal. But it's a way for us to process, to understand what it is that we're going through, or you know. And like you said about the bond, I thought that was interesting, because is there a new bond created between him and his mom, because they're feeling so different. They're in a different place. They're not feeling like they're apart. But the blue in the dream is that peace, that calm, and it could seem like it's more scarier than what it actually is.
Yeah, overcoming things, facing them.
All right, so we're gonna take our next one. Here we go.
Let's see who we have Trice. Ooh, I see a big juicy one. Here we go. I always dream of being surrounded by Black Panthers. I've never. Oh, I'm gonna take notes too. All right. I've never been scared. They're always near in most dreams. I also dream of the numbers 3 and 4. And I also dream of dogs chasing me a lot. I've been this way since I was young, so now I've learned to pay attention to more to them. Okay. My daughter is 7 and has had very bad, detailed dreams about harm being done to her or people around her. And I don't know why or what to do. She doesn't watch any scary movies either. Okay. All right. So let's take the beginning part first. So when we think dream of Black Panthers and dogs, actually both of those are known. And even in the basic, I would say, even in the basic dream interpretations, panthers and dogs are known to be things of either fear or anxiety or protective. Um, if the dogs were barking, they're definitely guarding something. The panthers, you said, never actually hurt you, but they'll surround you. So again, I get more of a sense of protection. There's something that they may be trying to keep you away from or guide you away from. And even I get a huge sense of a warning. Um, it's interesting because the polarity of your dreams and then the dreams of your daughter's having, where she's having these like very danger filled dreams, anxiety fear dreams, dreams where she's not safe, and yet you're around things that are protecting you and keeping you safe. It seems like she needs a little bit of that as well. I would also go with the fact of this too. With yours in specific, you've had these kind of dreams more than once. I feel like you've had animals specifically in your dreams more than once. For some reason, I feel like you have some sense of a connection to nature or to the earth, in which these are things that are meant to help you and guide you. But I don't get any sense of you should be afraid of any of these things. It's almost like I'm getting all this energy of you're very protected. Your daughter doesn't necessarily have to watch dark things and bad things to kind of have those flashes, remember, when we're dreaming, we're not just in this one state, right? She could be having dreams that happen to other people. She could be having visions of things. She could be going back to a time that maybe she lived another life for all you know. So it would be kind of interesting to see what exactly her dreams are. Again, I just find it really interesting how you have the protective energy dreams and she has the more aggressive ones. All right, but I hope that helps. Pass it over to Journey.
All right. So, yeah, when it comes to you being surrounded by the Panthers are definitely a protector as well. They can either hunt together as a group or they can um, be on their own separate. Unlike a dog, as a pack, they need to stick together to survive. And you're running from it. That was one thing that I noticed that you said they were chasing you. So, when I'm going to say is, what are you running from? Because the dog is not coming to attack you, but to keep you safe from something that you're not seeing within your own life. So, in order to really dive deeper into that, I would need to know the exact dream about the dogs in particular in order to go deeper. Now, when it comes down to you got the digits 3 and digits 4, so 3 is more about the soul mission, and so that's a reflection of you yourself. Again, what is your spiritual practice? Are you doing enough for your spiritual practice? So when this number 3 pops up in your life, what is it that you're dreaming about that gives you that significant number? Is it 3 panthers? Is it 3 dogs? Is it 3 cars? Is the number 3 just repeating itself? Everything's happening in patterns of 3. So that, again, we would need more to dive deeper. Now I'm just giving you like the skim of it because we would need to go like much deeper into the dream, to an actual dream, to give you guys that deeper understanding. But these are the basics of what these things mean. So you've got digit 4. So clearly you're seeing the number 4. That is about life path. And again, soul mission. This is where are you going? Karma, what your spiritual karma is. So you've got a 3 that's telling you about your soul mission, and you've got your 4 that's talking about your karmic path and your life purpose and things of that nature. In this dream, are you feeling like you're living your life purpose? Are you feeling like you're capable of getting there? So she says, yes, always animals and water. Water is emotion usually. It's an indication of water, depending on if it's a rough or calm, or just depends on what type of condition is the water. Are you in a flood? That's another thing. I mean, is it raining? In water, it says, when I was young, I was scared, but now I'm not. As far as the numbers, it's always 3 or 4 number combinations, not numbers 3 or 4. Okay, so if it's not the numbers 3 or 4, it's just numbers in these. We would need to know the numbers in those dreams and what that dream was about in order to really dive deep in that, because each one of the numbers are going to have their own interpretation, their own meaning, and what those specific numbers will mean for you to relay a message to you. Maybe numbers for you to pay attention to that you see in your waking light. And in that moment, when you see that number that you saw in your dream, what's going on in the moment? Take in that exact information. Take a look around you. Kind of like observe everything that's going on. With a 4-digit number, is it a time? A 3-digit number, is it a time? Does it show you it's AM or PM? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that could be given there for you to take in, possibly a specific time, a date. Numbers do play an important part of our lives, but it just really means how those numbers came across in the dream in order for you to get that true answer in what you're seeking. So water definitely plays an emotional part. It could be a flood, it could be rain, it could be a stormy lake, it could be rough seas, you could be on a boat. There's a lot of things that water can play a huge part on, but usually is a focus of our emotional state or someone else's emotional state, just based on the dream alone. Having animals, depending on what type of animals they are, they all have different types of symbolism. And when you think of a Black Panther, what is it that you get from it? What is a when you think Black Panther, what do you get immediately? When you think dog, what do you get immediately? And then that helps play a part as to what the dream means as well, because remember, dreams are symbolism and will help interpret that. All right.
I also had just this extra thought. I was
I
thinking.
knew it. I was waiting.
Well, I was sitting here thinking, I was thinking the Black Panther and then the dogs. Um, all of them was the thing that I never heard was any kind of taming of anything either. So these were wild animals, from what I'm understanding. So that can also indicate. I mean, you're saying there's several of them in both different dreams. There's several dogs. There's several panthers. Um, I can't help but to feel like those are all those numbers, even the 3 to 4 digit number things too. Those numbers, I feel like maybe the issues that you may be having, the things that you need to face, the things that you may be afraid of. I mean, again, we're thinking wild animals. There's no tameness about them. There's no control. So you have no control over chaotic situations that are happening around you. So you may be needing to face the things that are in front of you, or get more control over things. That was all.
All right. Joyce, I hope that helps. And thank you so much for sharing what you have seen in your dreams. But a lot of this stuff, the symbolism that we're talking about, has a lot to do with what's happening. She goes, thank you guys so much. You are so welcome. And so if you guys have a dream that you would like to kind of interpret that has these symbolisms in it that you'd like to share with us, we have room for one more, and we have that person picked out already, but save those for next week, because we were definitely going to be back at midnight on Wednesdays to dive deep, give you guys an understanding, and help you dissect the dream that you couldn't interpret, so that way you get a better understanding of what those things mean. All right. Did you go first this time?
I would. It's your turn.
My turn. Okay, I had to make sure. All right, my turn. All right, we've got Terry. Said, I had a really awful one. Please don't judge me. No judgment here, honey. But the other day, I literally dreamt I was taking a number 2 and it felt so real and embarrassing. Spoiler: after I woke up, I did not crap my pants. So, one time, I'm glad that you didn't relieve yourself. Now, sometimes people in their dreams do actually have that, and they do. It happens. So it was good that you had the muscle control not to allow something like that to happen. But Terry said, one, I dreamt my friend opened a huge hotel with a casino, and the whole class was invited. Turns out she was planning to open her own bubble tea shop in real life, which was kind of cool. So on that dream, right off the bat, the casino was a representation of untamed money. There was a gamble here. Opening up a shop is a huge gamble. So you were already getting this idea that she had a plan, or we're picking up on the energies that she had a plan, which gave you the energy to see it deeper. Now, having the hotel, the business is hospitality, which is associated with having a bubble tea shop. It's a hospitality situation. So this borderlines to me on a premonition, not quite the way that you saw the shop, but knew that she was taking a gamble. And it wasn't a bad gamble. This was a good one. So definitely, it's really cool how you were capable of picking up her. So you were reading her without realizing you were reading her, but the way you understood it came in symbolism to know that it was going to be in the hospitality business. The casino is a representation of the gamble that it would take in order to open this shop, but in real life decided to open this bubble tea shop. And so that I do find that to be really cool. And don't take that stuff for granted. This is part of your psychic gifts. Most of our psychic gifts wake up while we are asleep, because if we don't use them in our waking life or do it for a living, like myself or Kay and any of the other psychics here at My Psychic Connection, um, well, those people will start off with their dreams being their most important, and it usually turns out to be a premonition. Now, like this one, it was a mixture. You got the premonition and symbolism versus it being that type of situation. So she put, oh, I didn't even think of the hotel and the casino like that. Symbolism that way. Oh my God. Whoa, that blew my mind. Wait, I'm a dream psychic person? Well, I'll be darned. Well, we all have the ability, but if we're not paying attention to it, it's really gonna be strong during our sleep cycle. So eventually, if you're paying more attention to these types of dreams and realizing that they're coming true, start trusting your intuition a little bit more. It will get stronger with time, and it won't be just in your dream cycle that you start to receive these messages. That'll be in your waking cycle, so you can be like, wow, I didn't know I could see these things for myself. So, all right. The thing is that take this stuff into consideration because there's a lot going on. Terry also says also what it does mean when I have two separate dreams about my crush. Huge was he was talking to me, and another he was lying by my side amongst books. Spoiler, still not together. So in that situation, for me, with you seeing him lying beside books, that means there's alternate stories to this person. And what does this person mean? You said crush and you see it to be him. I want to say in this particular situation, are you creating stories for him or does he have stories? I would need to know a little bit more to go deeper into that. But I know you said it was your crush, so this is somebody that's on your mind constantly. And he was talking to you, but it sounds to me that you were seeing what he was communicating to you is not truth. So the books are showing me a story that he may have been telling you that you didn't quite believe, but I would definitely need to know more in order to go in that direction for you. But I know that Kay wants to get to some of this that we've dived into, so I'm not going to hog the screen and let her take over. All right, here we go.
All right. So, dream one was the bathroom dream, and that to me was all about release. Even when we think about going to the bathroom, especially number two, what are we doing? We're letting out all the shit we've been carrying, literally. So, you were releasing and having a dream solely about that's what you were doing. You were purging. And I wouldn't be surprised if you probably purged some things in your regular life too. Maybe people you're not dealing with, situations, etc. So that's what I got out of that. All right, second dream. Let me just tell. Okay. So with your friend opening the hotel, I actually agree with the thing where he was saying with the casino, that was like that lucky chance of your friend getting that and having that success, and then seeing your class. A lot of times that's like having, Terry says, that's like having that sense of like class. When we think class, we think people who are familiar with peers, right? So people were going to be acknowledging, the people around were going to be able to acknowledge that she had this thing that was accomplished. And though the casino may, in theory, be like such a huge thing to think of, when we think about when we win at the casino and what we get out of it, most of the time we want to walk out with more than what you went in, right? So her open up her shop, she wanted to walk away with something more than what she went in with, right? So she went in on faith. She walked out with that shop. So I do think that she definitely has some premonition, like dreams that are kind of coming to you. I mean, I would pay attention to things like that because it's not always going to be black and white. Oh, my friend's going to open a casino, and then, they open a casino. Sometimes that casino is just a representation of what is to come, some sort of prosperity or good luck that may be falling into their lap. All right. Let's get to dream 3. All right. Okay. All right. So this, I would say, borders a bit on the desire side, right? Because we're seeing someone we have a crush on. We're spending that isolated time. Notice that there's nobody else who was involved or seemingly to be around. So there's that focus. So I almost want to say there's something that you have, or there's something that you really are wanting, but maybe just out of your reach. Even still with this, right? You're like, even I'm still not even with this person. This person's not relevant in my life in that way. So what is it that maybe you're pining for, wanting, or desiring in your life that you're like, it's so close, but it may not be exactly what I may think of it, or exactly what I may want of it. So yeah, I would definitely say that one's another interesting one. All right, now I see you've got some comments over here. So let's see what you got for me, Terry. Terry was saying, "Well, maybe I am a dream psychic person." Dream empath, that's the word. Terry says, "Oh my God, this was so interesting. I didn't know these are all symbolisms too. Now I'm wanting to keep a dream journal because I get random dreams with details like these." Or sure, definitely get a dream journal. Definitely, that we recommend to have the dream journal right next to the bed. And when you wake up in the morning, you jot it down. Or like Journey says, we live in 2024, so you have your phone and just pick out your phone and talk to it.
Absolutely. Pick up your phone and talk to it. Tell yourself the story of what it is that you're dreaming of. But guys, start writing some of your dreams down, because the things that we've seen, the things we've discussed tonight about that is been they're interesting. But what would have been more to dive into, and we like to get to the juiciness of that, is to allow us to see. I was walking through this hall and I saw the number 1213 on the wall. There's your 4 digits. Or I was walking, or I was on a boat and the seas were rough and it was raining, but there was a TV playing in this room, and and I was going through, like, these little details to all these dreams make the difference. We can give you guys understanding of symbolism in these dreams, but to really dive deep, we would need the dream that in which you had in order to really dive, to give you guys a little bit more clarity, as Terry did by opening up a little bit about like the casino and that type of thing, and that gave us an understanding. And then the friend actually opened a shop, but it wasn't a hotel, it was a hospitality situation. It was the taking a gamble and making an opportunity happen. The class, I didn't even touch base on the class, so I was so glad that you did that, because I was like, I didn't even bring them into the equation there.
Yeah.
She says, "Sorry for saying number 2 on the live. That was embarrassing for myself too." But what you learned from it is that you were releasing things that were toxic to you. That's what we do when we use the restroom. We're releasing toxic things that no longer serve as a purpose, so we can bring in new things that are going to give us nourishment. And so, and that's exactly what you were doing. You were purging to allow yourself to bring in something that was going to nourish you, something that was going to be better for you.
Yeah, we don't get embarrassed.
Oh, trust me, we don't get embarrassed. We'll talk about it if we have to. No problem. No judgments. Don't worry here, guys. That is it for our dream interpretation show, guys. Make sure you guys are writing them dreams down. Get some rest. Keep dreaming and bring us that info. We'll be more than happy to dissect it. Okay, this has been absolutely amazing.
As always,
you so much for being here. We're all comfy in our my little hoodie, and well, it's not a hoodie, it's a big ass house coat that's fuzzy and warm and just perfect for this cold weather that we're having right now. And guys, thank you so much for being here. We will see you guys all again next week for dream interpretations, but don't miss us on Monday, where you get a double double dose of Journey and Kay with Kay at 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights and Journey at midnight. So, guys, make sure you guys are tuning in. Have some fun with us, and we will see you guys all again on Monday and then on Wednesday for Dream Interpretations. Have a great night, everybody.